All right, guys, we are back with another episode. In the prior video, we went over the cost of opening the Warrington location. Today's video, we're gonna be jumping into the operating cost of that gym that you could expect every single month, and it is not cheap. Before we get into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're really close to 5,000 subscribers, which will be a nice little milestone for the PWRBLD TV channel. Also hit the like button. That obviously helps many more people see videos like this, which we think can be very, very helpful. Again, for any aspiring or current gym owners, we're trying to provide you guys real information that'll help you out. So let's jump into it. All right, guys, I'm gonna keep these expenses basically from the highest cost down to the lowest. The big one, right? Rent. Everyone wants to know how much rent costs. We're using Warrington, 22,000 square feet, prime retail space right off of a busy highway. It's gonna be very, very expensive. So every month, rent, $35,000 a month. And this is usually the number that kind of blows people's minds. And trust me, this is a number that we negotiated. It was actually gonna be quite a bit more, but obviously during negotiations of the lease, we were able to get them down, and that's still what it comes out to, $35,000 a month. So very, very high cost. It's gonna be the biggest operating expense for all businesses. Next up, payroll. This is one that I think, again, sometimes sneaks up on people. Depending on what type of gym model you're gonna create, you're gonna open, it's gonna require different staffing. If you're opening some private studio somewhere, you might just be able to run it yourself. I ran Conti by myself for a year straight with no help. Showed up every day, opened to close, made it work. But obviously, with the new model, the King of Prussia, the Warrington PWRBLDs, we need a staff on hand during all of our staff hours, which range from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. It is gonna be a large expense each month. So with Warrington, and this number actually is gonna end up going up for us as the gym gets busier and busier, we might have to start adding double coverage. That is another $20,000 a month. Now, some of the numbers are gonna drop off, but they're still gonna add up, right? So supplies, so this would go into your drink inventory. If you wanna provide supplements, disposable goods like paper towels, toilet paper, all of these things, they add up, and they add up fast. You have another $5 grand. And again, this is kind of just the average. As we decide to put in more supplements in our store, and as we maybe make a merch release, this number could go up significantly. But I would say on average for us currently, it's about 5,000. Then you have marketing. So currently, most of what we do is social media marketing, and this can also vary. So to kind of give you the round number for our first 5 months, and that's another 5,000. So again, this could go up or down depending on what your budget is. This number might be big for some of you. It might be incredibly small for others. So it just depends, but that's where we're at currently. Then you have insurance, right? You're gonna need insurance. This can also vary depending on size of the gym, potential members in the gym, what your facility has amenity-wise, but ours at this point is $2,000 a month. And again, that will probably increase as memberships increase. Last two, utilities. I'm including electric, trash, internet. I'm just kind of bundling that all into utilities. And again, this is gonna vary for a lot of you depending on the size of the facility. Another $4,000. Electric is not cheap in a 22,000 square foot gym. Last but not least, the gym software. This is gonna be a relatively smaller expense comparatively, another $500. So where are we at total? $71,500. Inconceivable before I actually opened a gym, and then eventually opened a bigger gym, and now the most recent Warrington location, which is the largest and most expensive. But $71,500 a month, that is just monthly reoccurring expenses. These are things that you can't get out of. You're gonna have to pay rent, you're gonna have to have payroll, you're gonna need supplies, you're gonna wanna market your gym. Insurance, utilities, gym software, all necessities. This doesn't even include another big factor, which is Capex. Capex is essentially anything that you're purchasing that is, improving the facility. Maybe it's gym equipment. Maybe it's a new front desk computer. things like that. Things that aren't every single month, but they're things that you're adding as the gym grows and as you continue to reinvest in the gym. And those can range for us from anywhere from $1,000 to $30,000 if I'm making a new equipment purchase. So the expenses obviously are very, very high. Gyms are not cheap, but again, this does depend on the model that you're interested in opening. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, I would check out CT_Whitney. I go over a bunch of different topics involving, opening a gym to running a gym to improving a gym. And we did kind of a series between like private training model, like small independent gym versus more open gym model where you need a bigger space and you need to have a higher volume of members. The cost can vary greatly. So for some of you, don't let this number freak you out. If you're gonna open a gym like I did, 4,000 square feet, the Conchi location, the first one, the numbers are nowhere near this. They were a fraction of this. But King of Prussia, very expensive. Warrington, very expensive. So it can vary, but this is hopefully an eye-opening video that can show you guys some of the real expenses that are involved in operating a gym. So again, guys, I appreciate you watching. Make sure you hit us with some comments below on topics that you would like to hear about. I'm giving you guys the real info. No fake guru shit. I'm gonna give you guys the real info, things that can help you, again, potentially open your own gym or improve the gym you currently have. Subscribe, like the video. See you in the next one.